Welcome to another edition of From the Front Lines, where we discuss both the day-to-day and one-of-a-kind issues facing real estate managers. Our topic today is the recent moratorium on evictions. I'm here with Ted Thurn, Director of Government Affairs at IREM. Ted, what can you tell us about the recent order issued by the Centers for Disease Control regarding residential evictions?
Yes, thank you, Suzanne. Today, I'd like to go over that most of you know the executive order that was issued by the Centers of Disease Control, or the CDC. On September 1st, the CDC issued an order under Section 361 of the Public Health Service Act to halt residential evictions through December 1st to prevent the further spread of COVID. And the order will halt all residential evictions if the tenant provides the landlord with a document in writing which indicates the following. And so I want to go over some of those indications that need to be in writing from the tenant to the landlord, but I would like to direct you is that you can also find this information on our IREM website. And if you're on the IREM homepage and you click on the COVID-19 link, and then scroll down a little bit and click on our advocacy button, you will see right at the top there of information on the CDC executive order and actions that IREM has taken so far regarding this issue. So to get back, what the tenant needs to present to the landlord in writing is a document that states that they have used all efforts to obtain government assistance for rent. So that is really talking more to unemployment insurance or any other type of government assistance plan, that they used all efforts to obtain assistance for rent, that they earn no more than $99,000 in income, and that's for a single filer, or $98,000 in a joint filing. Also, they need to attest to that they are unable to pay the full rent due to loss of income, loss of work, or extraordinary medical expenses. Another item that they must present is that they are making the best efforts to make a timely payment, and that eviction would render them homeless or need to move into a new residence shared by other people who live in close quarters because they have no other available housing options. So as long as the tenant submits this declaration in writing, then they will go under this eviction moratorium. And as you may see, if you've gone to our webpage, we have created that document for landlords to use. And if you click on that, you will see that it comes up in writing and it outlines all of that the items that the tenant is asking is that they fall under this criteria. But it is that they are under the penalty of perjury if they are lying on any of these items or criteria. And also, it does not relieve them of paying rent or paying any late fees or any other fees that because they're paying late rent or because they're under this eviction moratorium. So the concern is, though, of course, for our members is that once the moratorium ends on December 31st, is that it will be very difficult to obtain rent from these tenants who fall under the eviction moratorium, because the concern is that they will just leave their unit, and that then the landlord or manager or property owner has to then try to track them down to get back pay of rent and any late fees. So we see this as a very bad set of consequences for our members. So we are taking actions to try to resolve this issue, because really what we need is not another eviction moratorium, but rental assistance. And so if you go back to our COVID page under advocacy, right below the document outlining the criteria for the eviction moratorium, you have also, you can download the order itself from the CDC. You can look at the statement that we joined with NAR urging congressional action on rental assistance. And what we're also asking is for members to participate in our call to action. And what the call asks for is, again, saying how the eviction moratorium imposed by the Trump administration through the CDC places the stability of the entire rental housing section in danger. And that without rental assistance, the real estate industry is being mandated to shoulder the unrecoverable financial burden that could lead to the greatest rental housing crisis in our lifetime. So we're asking members to participate in this call to action, to reach out to your senators, to your congresspeople, and ask them that really eviction moratorium will not resolve the issue, but that rental assistance to property owners or property managers is really the way we're going to get the financial relief to the real estate industry. And we're asking for rental assistance, and not that the rental assistance would go to the tenant per se, but that the rental assistance would go directly to the property owner or the property manager. Because one of the concerns that members have, or I should say the real estate industry has, is if this money or funds goes to the tenant, that those funds could be used, or probably will be used, for other services that the tenant may need without then paying the rent. So we're asking for these funds to go directly to the property owner or property manager. We've also signed on to a letter, and you can see that here in our CDC executive order and actions on our website. And again, it's very similar language to the call of action. It's with our coalition partners. So we signed on with the National Association of Realtors, CCIM, National Multifamily Housing Council, Manufactured Housing Institute, the Mortgage Bankers Association, asking for rental assistance. So you can look at our letter that we just signed on September 3rd. And what another action that we're looking at, and we're looking at this with our coalition partners, is possibly taking some legal action regarding this order. And we're looking to possibly file a legal action to get an injunction or temporary restraining order so that we can get together with the administration, with leaders of Congress, to talk about this eviction moratorium, how it affects the real estate industry, and what other paths that we can examine to get relief to people in the real estate industry. So we're also looking at legal action, but we're hoping with our calls to action, our letters that we're signing on with our coalition partners, with the legal action that we're looking at, that there could be some type of relief with our members. And again, I want to communicate to anyone who's out there who may be looking to file a legal action to please contact myself or my colleague Andrew Lomo to inform us about this. If you have any further information from your state or locality that you need help with, again, I would ask that you reach out to our office, and that we will be sending out any new information on this issue as soon as we can to the members. If there's another call to action that needs to be done, we will send it out. If there's a legal action that has been filed, we'll be sending out. We're not quite sure where this is going right now. We don't know if Congress will take action before the election. So this is a very fluid situation. So again, as soon as more information comes out, we'll be happy to communicate that to you, and that we will be talking to our members soon and providing more information soon.
Thank you so much, Ted. Visit IREM.org for more knowledge to take on real estate management's most dynamic challenges. That's www.irem.org.